guys, so today we're actually going to work on my car, surprisingly enough. There's only two things I'm going to work on today. One thing I'm going to work on today, which is change the oil feed line. I got a new one from Rally Road, somewhere over there right here, because mine's leaking slightly, the one I made. And also I will show everyone how to do the LED bar headlights, which are relatively easy to do, so I'll go through that in the video. But first, our main issue is we're gonna have to get the hood open somehow, because my hood decided to, well, my cable decided to stretch out too much, and now the latch is kind of stuck. The driver's side latch actually works just fine. The driver's side latch doesn't work fine, as you can see, but if you move this way, this one's being held on. But I drove today to Cars and Coffee, and it was just a little too sketchy for my taste, because we were going, a decent amount of speed, and this was going like that, so it looked kind of ridiculous. I'm gonna get the hood open and show you how to replace the oil feed line, and show you how to make these headlights. Well, not really show, but just like give everyone a general idea on how I made these. And there's different ways you can do it, so. Oh boy. As you can see, the latch, the hood release doesn't really work. So what we're gonna have to do is pull the cable. I guess this is also how do you open your hood when your latch doesn't work, your hood release cable doesn't work. We're gonna pull, there's a cable that runs along here that connects to the hood release. Runs along this latch and this latch. So we're just gonna pull the cable and hopefully it'll pop this open. So let's try that. Ta-da! Let's make sure that doesn't close, so it'll really suck. Get this back out. Yay! I used to have a rear mount turbo setup on this car, long story short. So I had an oil feed line that was at least like 50 feet long. Okay, it wasn't really 50 feet long, but and basically this was just part of the original feed line, and that's what I did with the remaining. I just cut it and tried to put a fitting on there, well, braided hose, and I noticed it was misting a little bit, and I have a feeling it's coming from that line, because as you can see, I just used a hose clamp right there. Anyways, I'm gonna go ahead and change that out. I believe that's like a 15, if I'm not mistaken. So let me get to that, and let's find some tools. Found the 15. Let's go try it out. Okay, maybe it's not a 15. Maybe it's a 14. I'm just gonna end up sending it and using 15. That was really easy. They're not supposed to be torqued, like super torqued, so I'm not surprised it came out pretty easily. Lower. See, I don't know if you guys can see it. I put the light right there. It's turbo there, E36s. It's a banjo fitting from Rally Road. Like one of these, except they have like an AN4 fitting on the very end, and you just put it on the other end of this line, and you have an AN4 connection, and you could just put your oil feed line to that. That you can also buy from Rally Road, which I will unbox right now. Dun, 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 dun. was really hoping there'd be a sticker in there from Rally Road, but it's okay. I'm gonna go ahead and install this now. Should be really easy. It's gonna be probably the same size wrench on both ends, and we're just gonna screw it on here, screw on there, and maybe I'll try to make it look a little nicer. So let's do that. Alright, update. I'm a little bummed out. This line is a little too short for how I need to run it. I bought the one for a top mount, and I think I'd have to see if I can exchange it for the bottom mount one, which is a little longer line, because this one's a little too short. As you can see, this is as long as it goes. It's already hooked up over there. Let's properly zoom in. And well, yeah. I can't really shut the hood, you know, perfectly flush. If I leave it like that, it's kind of, the line is kind of in the way. The old line, I had it to where it goes around here and it loops around, goes right here and then goes right there. So I think for right now I'll just leave it as is. Well, not leave it as is. I'll put this back on. Won't be driving the car much, but I'll put that back on and see if Rally Road can give me a longer one, like say for the bottom mount turbo, so I can route it the way I need it to. Okay, moving on from the mistake. The headlights. I get a lot of questions about the headlights and where do I buy them, how do I make them, did I make them, what size LED bars they are, so on and so forth. So I thought on part of this video at least, I thought I'd answer some of those questions. First, they are just stock OEM US headlights. Long story short, a long time ago when I first got this car, I wanted to put angel eyes in them. And so what I did was, I cut apart, it was like one of the only tutorials on the forums, but I cut apart the stock plastic headlight housing and basically just took it apart from the base. Let me see if I have, there, perfect example. I have a headlight right here, spare one. So basically I just took this whole lens off and I put angel eyes in and blah blah blah, so on and so forth. Anyways, further down the road I got glass headlights, and then I realized, I saw someone do this, I forgot his name, but he was like one of the first few people who did it, probably the first one. And I was like, ooh man, I really want to do that. And so I bought some LED bars that were like, I believe they were like 12 inches in width. It's one of those boxes right there. I have a spare actually. I was going to make another set. And then bought those from eBay or Amazon, whichever works. And basically, once you take this off, what I did on my version was I basically, it's a little not the most professional looking installation, but from the exterior it looks really good. Basically, I cut apart everything apart from this mounting bracket. You can see right there, this whole thing. And if you look right here, so basically it's just this part. So anything in between that I just cut apart, and what I did was, out of sheet metal that you can buy from Home Depot, I cut little strips and made it into like little brackets, and I have 3 up here, 1 here, 1 here, and I don't remember if I do have 1 down here, so I have 1 or 2 down here. And basically I drilled holes in this headlight, the lens and the mounting bracket, and just bolted it together. And obviously I lined it up, so I had it on here and test fitted it because I wanted to make it look OEM from outside, but it had LED bars inside. So that's pretty much it. The LED bars come with mounting points to where you just bolt it up to the actual headlight itself. And the LED bars will come with 2 wires, positive and negative. So what I did was I bought see if I can get it focused. I forgot what 9006 or 9007 connector right here, and just splice it into here. Just, you know, negative, negative, positive, positive, and I have it hooked up to my headlights, my low beam headlights, and that's pretty much it. They turn on, they function just like normal headlights. I put tint on them because they're actually really, really bright. I mean, they don't go far because they just, you know, just big, bright. It doesn't like, they're not really aimed at anywhere. They kind of just like flood. This is like a floodlight. There we go, floodlight. So it's definitely better than stock headlights, but compared to maybe projectors with, you know, HIDs, it's not as good. But these are definitely very, very bright. So I just wrapped it in some vivid vivid smoke tint, and yeah, that's pretty much how mine look. And I mean, it's been reliable so far. I've had this setup on there for a year now, and it's probably one of the most frequently asked questions I get on Instagram. Well, how'd you do it and stuff? So I thought I'd make a quick little video on how I did make it. If I were to redo it again, I would probably find a different tool and just manage to cut out all this, just like a square slot. You know, just keep the whole thing to where it's like all bolted up together, so it doesn't look, you know, like that. And just, you know, find a way to slide the LED bar inside here and bolt it up, and that would be it. I thought about making a couple sets, and that's what I was going to do, but not really having the time, I guess, to do them. But I might do it on a future video if, you know, if I ever decide to remake these again. Because it's really not hard, because total parts cost is just your stock headlights, that connector, which is like 10-15 bucks. You can buy it off eBay or Amazon, and LED bars, which cost like $25. That's pretty much it. Hopefully this video helps, and if you have any more questions, you can just comment below or ask on Instagram. And yeah, that's pretty much it.